The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of salt. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking Apple TV's Finch. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast. Today, we're talking about Tom Hanks' new movie, Finch, on Apple TV, and I'm joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader74 is here. Welcome, sir. Yeah, I know. Jude is also here. How are you doing? You
I gotta learn how to talk. Okay.
It's that bad, guys. Matt Ducatius is also here, frustrated producer of the show.
Yes, I am. But oddly enough, I'm very excited to talk about this movie. So I'm looking forward to our discussion about it.
I don't like how that sounds.
I don't like how that sounded either. I really hope you didn't like this movie.
There are people that like this movie.
Are there?
Yeah, there are. The table's going to be broke this week, bro.
No.
I know, right?
Oh, no.
Why are you such an angry person?
I don't be so angry.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going to get into heavy spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. Check it out. It's on Apple TV, and then come back and watch this episode. If not, we're going to spoil the crap out of it for you and have a lot of fun talking about it. And apparently we're going to argue. So get ready for that. All right, guys, before we get into it, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, and then we'll talk about Finch. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you want to get this entire full spoiler-filled review, or we go full ham on this thing and we can not have to worry about being censored or anything like that, go to saltynerdclub.com. That is where you're going to get 4 exclusive podcasts every single month dedicated for the patrons, by the patrons. Starting in 2022, we're going to be doing legacy sci-fi stuff, which means we're going to be talking about Stargate, Atlantis, and Star Trek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, possibly Doctor Who for sure. So if you're into those old school sci-fi shows and you want more content on that, join the Salty Nerd Club, and you're going to get dedicated episodes about those shows. All right.
Real quick, also, we want to remind everyone, go to saltynerd.com/rate, and please be sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, because we need 200 of those suckers in order to get accredited with Rotten Tomatoes as official movie reviewers.
Yes, this is true. But also, what's going to happen when we all disagree on a rating for a movie?
We'll cross that bridge when it happens.
Arm wrestle?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to win every time.
Rock, paper, scissors?
I think Matt's just using this to get accredited.
Another blue check mark for him.
Yeah.
It's possible. Look at the smile on his face. He's like, yes, you're all playing into my plan.
He's like, I'm gonna go up to Matt and go, hey, man, I wrote a review for this movie. And he's going to go, fuck your review. I'm going to write it. So, yeah.
No, he'll say, I already posted it.
I know, right? It's like, oh, I already got that taken care of.
Yeah, we're good, buddy.
We're going to have Backyard TARDIS be the arbiter of our review.
Ooh, okay.
He will choose the one that is submitted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Jude, do you have the setup
Yes,
for
I
this?
do.
Go ahead, take it away.
2021 Finch, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour, 55 minutes. We're guessing this had a budget of 50-ish, and I think it was bought for 70-ish. So the financials were really hard to find on this. But here's the synopsis. Well, Tom Hanks is stranded on a desert island again, only this time it's Earth. 15 years after the fall of man, Tom Hanks spends his days scavenging and tinkering with robots. When a superstorm that would destroy his home is on its way through St. Louis, he packs up his dog and Wilson 2.0 and makes his way towards San Francisco. Along the way, he teaches his newest robot, Jeff, the prime directives and how to live a little. Discuss.
Yeah, that's about it.
This movie's hot garbage.
Hot garbage?
It is terrible. It felt like...
I think you hated it a little less than I do, or a little more than I do.
Yeah, I hated this movie. I watched it and I was like, this is bull crap. I was watching it and I'm like, this feels like a 1980s movie where people still thought robots were quirky and funny.
It feels like
and it was like Short Circuit and Wilson mixed together. It was just dumb. I hated Tom Hanks.
That's exactly
he was
what
a
I was.
douchebag the entire freaking show.
You thought he was a douchebag?
He was a douchebag.
Yeah,
he was an asshole to that robot the full length of the movie. He's just a dirtbag the whole time. I had no freaking sympathy for him, whatever. We'll get into it later, but I was just like, I don't like him and his robot's dumb. What did you think?
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I feel like I've watched this movie before.
Because you did.
But I don't know what movie I watched to be able to say that. It's like a weird mix of, like you said, of
Like short circuit.
Short circuit. You know, I'm Johnny Five.
I'm a goofy little robot. And everybody's like, oh, look at the cool robot. No, it's 2021, people. Get on your shit.
So it's like, I like the robot. The robot was cool. It was good CGI, good effects. But I also noticed that half the movie, it's some dude dressed up in a trench coat. That's when it's not the robot. You know, it's very, very noticeable when they're cutting corners.
I found a jacket. And, there we go. Cut the budget in half.
I felt like they never explained what went wrong other than it's hot and radiated outside. I don't know if we got blasted by solar flares or if there was a nuclear war.
They explained it.
Well, they didn't do a very good job because I missed it. And
yet all of us caught it.
Well, okay, I'm dumb. I'm dumb, Matthew. Drunk. Okay. I don't know. There was just something. Was he like a worker in some kind of power plant? Is that why? And he's smart and
he was protected. He was at work when it happened. And he was protected, and then he got out, and everybody else was dead, and the ozone was gone. He was like, "Oh shit!"
And it was weird because I felt like, it's like I'm a Tom Hanks fan, guys. I like Tom Hanks movies. I think everybody likes Tom Hanks. He's a national treasure. I didn't like him in this movie. I'm not even really sure I can express why I didn't like it. It's just
he's a jerk.
Maybe I don't really think he was a jerk as much as you think he was a jerk. I thought he was.
It was like Tom Cruise in Rain Man style jerk, but not the heartfelt ending that I wanted at the.
I do get to the point where I felt like he was. No, that doesn't work either. I just I did think about you a lot when he was driving the giant dump truck.
That's
around.
A tiny truck.
That's a tiny truck.
That's a tiny truck. The 645s, those are half the size of the ones I drive.
That's pretty wild, actually. But no, there's just something there that it's on the tip of my tongue that I can't explain why I didn't like this movie. It just didn't resonate with me.
I'm going to let these two guys explain to us why you liked this piece of trash movie. Go ahead, Jude.
What a setup.
No, seriously, why did you like this?
I'm a dog person, and I loved the relationship between this man and his dog and how he created this robot to take care of his dog because he knew he was dying.
He kicked the dog. He was like, "Get out of here, dog." And he kicked him out of this. Like, I mean, he was trying to protect him, but he freaking like.
Okay. And I also I've seen apocalypse movies before, and it's high stress all the time. And I've also been really stressed out and said and done things that I regretted later to my loved ones. So, I mean, I got it, and I was very forgiving of the way that he behaved through it because he's the last person that he. No, I'm talking.
No, I have something to say.
What?
So the difference between you and him is that you would do everything in your world to help and protect this dog. Alex would have eaten the dog.
I know. He
would eat the dog.
Yeah, he would have eaten the dog.
Oh, you guys know me so well.
I thought that this movie was kind of a cross between Castaway and I Am Legend.
Okay. I mean, I got the Castaway thing. Where the I Am Legend part?
Well, it's the end of the world. He's the last person. He's got his dog.
Oh, with the dog. Okay.
Yeah, he's spending his days scavenging, trying to find things that are still okay to eat.
Okay.
And he dies at the end. Spoiler.
We're going to save that. Okay.
Well, no, like I got that it was like he's on borrowed time because they set that up pretty early that there's radiation and he is suffering from the effects of that.
Can somebody tell me what happened? Why is there radiation everywhere?
Kadish, what did you think about this movie? And are you on Jude's side?
I am. I really loved this movie. I found it to be very well made. It was heartfelt. I got teary eyed at the end when Tom Hanks passed away, or his character, I should say. I liked the relationship between him and Jeff. I liked the relationship between him and the dog. Like everything in this movie was just very kind of like, it almost felt like a independent film because it was a very small cast. It was just Tom Hanks and a robot
and a dog
and a dog. Yeah. And, but it's big budget CGI kind of thing. So Vader, basically what happened was a solar flare happened that hit the earth, punched holes in the ozone everywhere. And the radiation killed a bunch of people. And then the people who survived basically are slowly dying off because of the radiation, and everyone's scavenging, and it's a post-apocalyptic future. And that's pretty much what happened. Tom Hanks was a kind of engineer of some type who was working when this thing happened, and he happens to work at this high-tech facility that's mostly underground, so like he was protected from a lot of the radiation and stuff like that. While he was out scavenging, he found a dog that belonged to another family that was brutally killed by another scavenger. And so he adopts this dog, and Tom Hanks has a kind of inherent mistrust with humanity. And so he uses the equipment at his work in order to build robot friends, because he knows he's dying. So he builds a learning robot that is able to take care of his dog after he passes away, because the dog is the most important thing in the world to him. And it's one of those typical, like, a man and his dogs type stories where, it's very heartwarming. I like that it was kind of like survival light, where it's not like so grim, dark and terrible, but like, he definitely faces all these obstacles that he has to overcome. And he's trying to teach the robot how to like live in this world in order to protect the dog that he loves. And, you guys said Tom Hanks' character was a jerk in this, but I didn't get that at all. Like, I just thought that he was a consummate survivalist, and he was trying to teach the robot how to live in this world.
No, I did not like his character at all in this show. Like, early on, he was okay. It just kind of felt like a Castaway thing. And I was like, okay, he's got his little dog, and it's going to be one of those types of movies. And Tom Hanks is normally like a pretty decent person in most of his movies. But then once the broken speaking spell started doing his thing, he just was an ass the whole time. No, you have to grow up. I know you were born yesterday, but Jesus Christ. It's just like, love. Yeah, it's tough love, but he's a robot, dude. And you unplugged him. We'll get into it. We should wait until we... All right. For the rest of this conversation, we're going to go into heavy spoilers, and we're going to argue about whether or not this movie's good. So if you want to join us, go to saltdinnerclub.com. You can get in the $5 bottom tier, and you can get this extra content. That's 4 episodes every single month. Like we said before, we're going to be doing Legacy SciFi going forward.
We've also got a special offer going on for December.
Yes, we do. A special offer for December only. There's only 50 slots open. If you join our $30 tier, you guys get an exclusive one-of-a-kind hat and a certificate and a bunch of other perks, including Discord access and all kinds of really cool stuff. So help support the podcast and get those awesome perks for the month of December only. So
yeah, there's only like 40 slots left now.
Yeah, so get in there.
Yeah,
we're
signing up for it.
Yeah, we're pushing for it. So, all right, guys, we will see you in the club.